Welcome, everyone. We're so excited to have you here for the Best Buddies International Program's new team member training. Today, we'll be focusing on one of the core pieces of our mission, the friendship programs. This training is designed especially for new international staff. We know many of you are just starting out and may be preparing to launch or grow chapters in your countries. Our goal is to give you the foundational knowledge, tools, and confidence you need to lead friendship programs successfully. The friendship program is where Best Buddies began. It's the heart of everything we do, and the foundation that other programs build from. As international staff, you are part of a global network of people working to create friendships, inclusion, and opportunities for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Throughout this session, we'll cover what friendship programs look like at different school levels, how to launch and manage a new chapter, and what resources are available to support you. We'll also share best practices, tips, and examples from around the world. So let's get started by grounding ourselves in the history and core purpose of the friendship program. Before we dive in, let's watch a short video that brings the Best Buddies friendship program to life and shows the impact it has on students around the world. Best Buddies started with one simple but powerful idea, that everyone deserves a friend. In 1989, Anthony Kennedy Shriver founded the very first Best Buddies friendship program at Georgetown University. He did so in honor of his Aunt Rosemary Kennedy, whose life inspired the Shriver family's commitment to inclusion and opportunity for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. At Georgetown, Anthony recruited students to form one-to-one friendships with individuals with IDD from the community. This was groundbreaking. It wasn't a service project, but true, equal friendship. That model has since grown into thousands of chapters around the world. The friendship program is what we call the bread and butter of Best Buddies. It's where everything began and what still fuels the organization today. From this foundation, other programs were born. Ambassadors, citizens, jobs, and leadership development all benefit from and build upon the friendship model. When we talk about Best Buddies, it all comes back to this original vision, meaningful friendships that change lives on both sides. That's the root of our movement. At the heart of Best Buddies are our friendship programs. They are the roots and trunk of our organization. Everything else we do grows from here. Friendship programs are where it all starts. They are the bread and butter of Best Buddies, connecting people with and without intellectual and developmental disabilities in meaningful, one-to-one friendships. These programs provide the foundation of inclusion and belonging. Without them, none of the other branches could grow. Ambassadors. From friendships, individuals gain confidence and leadership skills, which inspires them to step up as ambassadors, sharing their stories and advocating for inclusion. Citizens. Friendships extend beyond school into adult life, which is where citizens' programs thrive, creating opportunities in communities and workplaces. Jobs. The connections and confidence built in friendships help open doors to employment, where our jobs program creates meaningful, inclusive opportunities. Leadership development. Finally, all of this growth feeds into leadership development. The more friendships we cultivate, the more leaders we create to carry the mission forward. When we say friendship is the foundation, we mean it. Every branch of Best Buddies, every initiative, relies on the roots of friendship to grow, thrive, and sustain impact. Today we'll begin with the foundation of all our programs, one-to-one friendships, and how this simple yet powerful model drives inclusion. Next, we'll talk through what new participants can expect when they first join Best Buddies, including their journey through the friendship experience. We'll take a broad look at school-based chapters and how friendships are formed in elementary, middle, high school, and college settings. Then we'll focus specifically on the elementary program, which is more group activity-based and sets the foundation for future engagement. This section will cover our more structured school chapters, where one-to-one matches are made and students take on leadership roles. We'll shift gears into the Citizens program, our community-based model for adults with and without IDD. This section will highlight how we bring citizens to the workplace, forming buddy pairs between adults with IDD and employees at corporate partner sites. We'll walk through what a typical day looks like for a program staff member, what they're managing, who they're supporting, and how they balance it all. And finally, we'll review the tools and templates available on the Global Resource Hub and beyond to help you plan, track, and support your friendship programs effectively. So that's our agenda for today. Let's begin with our first topic, the foundation of everything we do, one-to-one friendships. At the core of Best Buddies is the one-to-one friendship model, pairing a person with an intellectual or developmental disability with a peer without IDD. These friendships are about more than just spending time together. They provide social mentoring, reduce isolation, and improve quality of life for a population that is too often excluded. We offer friendship programs at every stage of life, starting in elementary school and continuing through middle school, high school, and college. The Citizens program extends this same model to adults, creating friendships in the workplace and community. Across all levels, the goal is the same: to create inclusive communities where people with and without IDD are socially integrated. For participants who may not be in school or who prefer virtual connections, eBuddies provides an online option. Through the eBuddies platform, participants can form one-to-one friendships, stay socially connected, and even attend virtual events together. This ensures that inclusion isn't limited by geography or mobility. Friendships can happen anywhere, anytime. Whether in schools, communities, workplaces, or online, one-to-one friendships are the heart of Best Buddies. They are where inclusion begins and where the biggest impact is made. Next, let's take a look at what it's like when someone joins Best Buddies. Let's start with our school friendships, the foundation of Best Buddies, where students of all ages build inclusion right in their classrooms and campuses. At the heart of every Best Buddies chapter is the buddy pair, two people, one with and one without an intellectual or developmental disability, who form a meaningful friendship. This slide helps us understand not just what the buddy pair is, but how it's set up and supported. The goals of the friendship program are simple but powerful: build one-to-one friendships, promote inclusion and belonging, and give students the chance to develop social and leadership skills. These goals guide every match and every activity. We don't assign buddy pairs at random. Matches are based on shared interests, schedules, and personalities. The goal is to create pairs that have the best chance of forming a natural, lasting friendship. Compatibility is key. Age, grade, and personal preferences are all factored into the decision. We set clear expectations to ensure every friendship has the time and consistency it needs. Each pair commits to connecting regularly, ideally 2 times per month, and staying in the program for the school year. That structure helps turn matches into friendships that last. Buddy pairs are not left on their own. They're supported by adults and leaders in the program. The program manager provides oversight, ensures goals are being met, and steps in when challenges come up. The faculty advisor is the school-based champion. They work closely with student leaders and provide daily guidance within the school. Together, the program manager and faculty advisor create a support system around each buddy pair to help them succeed. When these pieces come together, clear goals, thoughtful matching, realistic commitments, and strong support, we give every buddy pair the foundation they need to build a genuine, life-changing friendship. This is what the structure of a school-based Best Buddies friendship chapter looks like. Having the right advisors and leaders in place sets the foundation for a strong first year. Best Buddies recommends starting with 2 to 3 teachers serving as chapter advisors in the first year. This gives the program extra stability while it's getting established. Advisors help guide students, plan activities, and make sure expectations are met. At least one of these advisors should be a special education teacher, since they bring important expertise and help connect students with IDD to the program. Strong advisors create consistency, especially in the early stages, and help student leaders feel supported. As the chapter grows over time, advisors can gradually step back and let student leaders take more ownership. Think of advisors as the backbone of the chapter in year 1. Their guidance makes sure the chapter launches smoothly and has a solid foundation for the future. Not every school has students with IDD, but those schools can still run a Best Buddies chapter. That's where the promoter school and host site model comes in. A promoter school is a school without students with IDD. These schools run a Best Buddies chapter, recruit student leaders, and create inclusive activities, but they need a partner to form buddy matches. That's where the host site comes in. A host site can be a school for students with IDD, a group home, or a community center. They provide the participants with IDD who are matched with students from the promoter school. Together, the promoter school and host site function as one chapter, creating opportunities for inclusion where they otherwise wouldn't exist. To make this partnership successful, there's a clear structure of support. At the top is the program manager, who oversees the partnership and ensures communication flows between both sites. Next are the teachers and advisors. At the promoter school, they recruit students, run meetings, and prepare peer buddies. At the host site, they support participants with IDD and make sure activities are accessible. Finally, parent volunteer committees play a key role in logistics, things like communication, transportation, event support, and encouraging follow-through at home. This model works because it's a team effort. The program manager provides oversight, teachers guide students, and parents support at home. Together, they make sure every student has the chance to experience true friendship and inclusion. The foundation of any strong Best Buddies program is a good school partnership. Before we can launch, we need buy-in from administrators and faculty. I recommend setting up early meetings with principals, counselors, and teachers to align our program goals with the school's priorities. A faculty advisor is essential. They serve as the school-based champion and ensure continuity. A school must sign a Best Buddies chapter contract to become an official Best Buddies school chapter. Managing this partnership means consistent check-ins, sharing updates on progress, and adapting to the school's needs. Awareness is about making Best Buddies visible in the school community. We can do this through posters, announcements, social media, or by hosting events like an information fair. The key is keeping it student-driven. Let students design flyers, share their stories, and use their voice. Management here means refreshing awareness efforts throughout the year and highlighting buddy success stories. Awareness is about making Best Buddies visible in the school community. We can do this through posters, announcements, social media, or by hosting events like an information fair. The key is keeping it student-driven. Let students design flyers, share their stories, and use their voice. Management here means refreshing awareness efforts throughout the year and highlighting buddy success stories. Recruitment is one of the most important steps to ensure a healthy program. Student leaders are the engine of the program. With and without IDD, they run meetings, plan events, and keep their peers engaged. Recruitment is most effective. We need to give them roles and responsibilities. Friends, things like president, communications chair. We also want diversity. Students with different interests. The best way to manage this is by holding monthly leadership meetings. To manage let students lead the agenda, but provide adult guidance with those who expressed interest. When students make sure the numbers stay balanced, they're more committed, and the program thrives. The application and interview process helps us make thoughtful buddy matches. Applications collect interests and availability, but interviews go deeper. They help us get to know the student's personality. We can involve student leaders in the interview process to build leadership skills. Managing this means storing applications securely, reviewing them yearly, and making adjustments if issues arise with a match. Onboarding sets the tone for the year. It's where we establish expectations and build excitement. An orientation meeting is ideal. Review program goals, share the calendar, and provide a welcome packet. Use icebreakers so students feel comfortable right away. Managing onboarding means checking mid-year to reinforce expectations and making sure each pair has found a rhythm of communication. This is where the real work happens, ensuring pairs are meeting and friendships are growing. We ask for at least 2 connections per month, whether in person or virtually. Program managers and faculty advisors should check in regularly with pairs and monitor progress. Managing oversight means staying proactive. If a buddy pair goes quiet, step in early and offer support. Events keep the energy up and give buddies shared experiences beyond their one-to-one time. Events can be small, like movie nights, or larger like a friendship walk or school-wide assembly. The Student Leadership Committee should be involved in planning and execution. Managing events means keeping a yearly calendar, ensuring inclusivity, and gathering feedback to make improvements. Parents are often an untapped resource. When they're engaged, they become powerful allies for the program. Keep them informed through newsletters or regular updates, and invite them to events. Parents can volunteer, donate, or advocate for the program in the school. To manage this well, maintain consistent communication and provide opportunities for feedback through surveys. Impact reporting is how we show the value of best buddies to schools, families, and donors. We need both quantitative data, number of matches, events, and retention, and qualitative data, like quotes and stories. Photos and testimonials are powerful for awareness and fundraising. Managing reporting means keeping an impact tracker throughout the year, not just at the end, and sharing results regularly. Now that we've looked at how friendship programs are structured, let's talk about the different levels within the school program. Each level looks a little different, and it's important to understand how the program is adapted for the age group. We'll start at the very beginning, elementary school. Elementary is where it all begins, introducing students to the idea of inclusion and friendship at a young age. The elementary program is designed to foster connections and community between students with and without disabilities. It engages the youngest students in inclusive activities that promote friendship, acceptance, and interaction. This age is critical, it's before stereotypes and social barriers are formed. By modeling inclusion early, students grow up seeing diversity and friendship as normal and valuable. Best Buddies Elementary uses social-emotional learning tools to help students learn, play, and grow together. It's about creating positive, age-appropriate experiences that make inclusion part of everyday school life. Elementary chapters lay the foundation for a culture of inclusion that students will carry with them into middle and high school. Now let's watch a short video highlighting a successful elementary school chapter in action, high school, and college chapters. It focuses on early learning, helping students understand disability awareness at a young age before stereotypes are formed. It builds foundational social and leadership skills, but in a safe and supportive environment appropriate for their age. Unlike other levels, friendships here are group-based and activity-centered, not one-to-one matches. This makes participation more accessible for young students and keeps the focus on shared experiences. Participation is open to all students, both with and without disabilities, so the entire school community can be involved. And most importantly, the emphasis is on fun, inclusive activities that teach kids how to play, share, and grow together while practicing inclusion naturally. By making inclusion fun and accessible at this age, we set the stage for students to carry these values with them as they grow. To make sure elementary chapters run smoothly, there are a few key guidelines that every school should follow. First, each chapter must have both a general education teacher and a special education teacher supporting the program. One or both can serve as the official advisors. This ensures there's a balance of general classroom leadership and expertise in supporting students with IDD. All participants, both students with and without disabilities, complete a membership application. This helps track participation and ensures commitment. Each chapter should host at least 4 activities per year, ideally 2 per semester. These don't have to be big events, they can be simple, fun, and age-appropriate activities that bring students together. Finally, chapters must provide age-appropriate disability awareness training for members. This helps students build empathy, understanding, and respect at a young age. These guidelines make sure every elementary chapter has strong leadership, engaged members, meaningful activities, and the right tools to model inclusion from the very start. Recruitment at the elementary level looks a little different from older chapters, since teachers and administrators play a much larger role. Teachers who serve as program leads identify which students are best suited to participate. In some schools, administrators may decide that specific classrooms will participate. In others, students may be gathered from different grade levels. To spark student interest, it helps to give a short, age-appropriate lesson on best buddies and disability inclusion. This gives students the context and excitement they need to want to participate. Hosting a parent info night is another important step. It helps families understand the program, sets expectations, and encourages parent support from the very beginning. Staff and teachers don't need to reinvent the wheel. Using materials from the Global Resource Hub and Best Buddies University makes it easy to promote the program to students, parents, and the school community. When recruitment is teacher-led, supported by administrators, and paired with strong communication to families, elementary programs start with a strong foundation of buy-in and enthusiasm. To make sure elementary chapters are successful and aligned with the Best Buddies model, we encourage schools to follow a few best practices. Holding activities during the school day helps eliminate barriers like transportation or after-school conflicts. This ensures all students can participate consistently. Elementary students do best with shorter activities, about 30 minutes. Build in time at the beginning and end for transitions, so students can settle in, learn the lesson, pair up, and close out the meeting. Even though the elementary model is group-based, we still want to create moments for one-to-one peer interaction. Simple pair activities, like games, crafts, or reading together, give students the chance to connect personally. When possible, assign simple leadership roles to students with and without disabilities. This gives younger students early opportunities to develop leadership skills and reinforces inclusion. By following these best practices, elementary chapters keep activities fun, structured, and inclusive while laying the foundation for strong future leaders. Elementary chapter activities are meant to be simple, fun, and easy to manage during the school day. The focus is on creating opportunities for students to connect naturally. Activities should be small in scale so parents and faculty can help coordinate them during class time or lunch. They should include both group activities and one-on-one opportunities. Some activities could be creative projects like painting a mural together or themed holiday crafts. Others could be hands-on experiences like planting a garden, cooking simple snacks, or disability awareness lessons. One-to-one connections can be built through activities like reading in pairs, partnering at lunch or recess, or even a fun dance party. Bigger events like field days or field trips are also great ways to involve the whole chapter, when possible. Advisors are also encouraged to integrate the Sanford Harmony curriculum, which provides structured, age-appropriate lessons on inclusion, empathy, and friendship. The goal is to make activities enjoyable, inclusive, and meaningful, giving students chances to connect in ways that feel natural at their age. Now that we've looked at the elementary program, let's move into the next levels: middle school, high school, and college, or lower secondary, upper secondary, and university. At the middle and high school level, Best Buddies programs really start to take shape with the one-to-one friendship model. These programs foster meaningful friendships between students with and without IDD, based on shared interests, experiences, and activities. For many students with IDD, this is the first time they are intentionally included in social opportunities that others may take for granted. Beyond individual friendships, these programs help shape the overall school culture, promoting acceptance, empathy, and inclusion during formative years when social dynamics are especially influential. By reaching students at this age, we're not only supporting individuals with IDD, we're also teaching all students that inclusion should be the norm, not the exception. At the university level, the Best Buddies program expands friendships beyond the school system and into the community. College students without IDD are matched in one-to-one friendships with their peers who have IDD, either on campus or from the surrounding community. These matches allow students with IDD to participate fully in college life and social activities that they might otherwise be excluded from. Historically, young adults with IDD have often been isolated at home or limited to work programs without opportunities for social connection. The college program helps break down those barriers by creating meaningful friendships during an important stage of independence and adulthood. Ultimately, the college program empowers young adults with and without IDD to build lifelong friendships, while creating more inclusive campus communities. One of the strengths of Best Buddies school chapters is the leadership opportunities they create for both students and faculty. These roles are essential for keeping chapters organized, sustainable, and inclusive. Each chapter should have at least one faculty advisor, FA, typically a general education teacher, and ideally also a special education advisor, C. Together, they guide student leaders, ensure school policies are followed, and provide day-to-day support. This partnership not only ensures program stability but also builds a stronger, more inclusive school culture. The chapter president leads the group and serves as the main point of contact with Best Buddies staff, building organizational and public speaking skills. The Buddy Director, a student with IDD, ensures that buddies' voices and ideas are represented, empowering students with IDD to take leadership roles. The Vice President helps oversee officers and steps in when needed, modeling teamwork and adaptability. The Buddy Pair Coordinator manages applications, matches, and relationships, key for making sure the heart of the program, the friendships, are strong. The Secretary keeps everyone informed by taking notes, tracking attendance, and managing communication and calendars. Finally, the Treasurer manages budgets and fundraising, building financial planning skills that prepare students for future leadership roles. These roles give students the chance to learn real-world leadership, teamwork, and organizational skills, while also ensuring the chapter runs smoothly and inclusively. Launching and growing a successful Best Buddies chapter requires a clear roadmap. This roadmap helps set the foundation and guides both new and experienced chapters. Step 1. The chapter must sign a chapter contract and submit it to their program manager to officially be an open Best Buddies chapter. Step 2. Define leadership roles. Every chapter starts with building a strong leadership team. At minimum, each chapter must have a chapter president, buddy director, and at least one faculty or special education advisor. Beyond that, you can add roles based on your school's needs, such as vice president, secretary, treasurer, social media manager, events director, or recruitment director. These roles help distribute responsibilities and give more students leadership opportunities. Step 3. Advertise Best Buddies at your school. Once leadership is in place, the next step is recruiting members. The more students who hear about Best Buddies, the stronger your chapter will be. Some effective ways to recruit include speaking at school assemblies or in classrooms, tabling during lunch or school events, creating fun social media posts, putting up flyers or posters, or joining the school's activity fair. Even simple announcements in newsletters or over the PA system can help spread the word. Step 4. Who should be doing this? In the first year, the program manager plays a very active role, guiding the student leaders, helping with recruitment, onboarding, and event planning. This helps model the process for students. In an established or recurring chapter, student leaders should gradually take the lead, with the program manager and faculty advisor moving into more of a support and oversight role. This encourages students to take real ownership and develop independence. The roadmap is designed to grow student leadership and independence over time while still ensuring that new chapters have the support they need in the early stages. Once you've spread the word, the next step is to hold an interest meeting. This is a chance for students to learn what Best Buddies is all about and to ask questions. Program managers and faculty advisors should use the sample agenda on Best Buddies University, BBU, to guide the session. The goal is to make it engaging, informative, and to set the tone for an inclusive chapter. Step 6. Collect membership applications. Every participant must fill out a membership application. This ensures that we have clear records of who is in the chapter and helps with the matching process later. In a first-year program, it's common for the program manager and faculty advisor to personally invite students to join. These invitations can be powerful. They help spark interest and bring together a strong, diverse mix of students. This diversity is key. Having a group that includes students with and without IDD from different backgrounds sets the foundation for future years, when student leaders will take on more of the recruitment themselves. At this point, you've recruited your first group of members and collected their applications. Now the real fun begins as we move toward matching and planning activities. One-to-one buddy matches are the foundation of every Best Buddies school chapter. Matches are made thoughtfully, looking at shared interests, personality, and availability. This ensures the friendship has the best chance to succeed. It's not just about pairing students, it's about creating meaningful connections where both buddies feel valued and supported. When matches are made, communicate clearly with students and families. Explain the expectations, the commitment, meeting regularly, at least twice a month, and where they can turn for support if challenges arise. Think of this as the most important step. If we get the matches right, the friendships and the chapter thrive. Hosting a leadership training day. Once matches are made, it's essential to equip students with the skills and confidence to lead. A leadership training day provides this opportunity. Student leaders learn how to run meetings, plan events, and promote inclusion within their school. This training should include interactive elements, role plays, team building activities, and discussions about what inclusion looks like in daily life. Make sure to cover responsibilities of chapter officers, expectations for buddies, and strategies for overcoming challenges. Training isn't just about information, it's about empowerment. Students should leave feeling prepared, confident, and excited to make their chapter a success. Once matches are created, our role doesn't stop there. Managing the buddy pairs is critical to ensure that friendships are consistent, healthy, and supported. We need to keep a clear record of who is matched and make sure every participant has a buddy. This also helps us notice quickly if someone is missing a match or if a pair is inactive. Friendship updates are short check-ins, usually monthly or quarterly, where buddy pairs share how things are going. These updates give us insight into how often buddies are connecting, what activities they're doing, and how satisfied they feel. The program manager and faculty advisor should review the updates and step in if a pair needs extra support. Sometimes it's just a reminder to meet, other times it may require rethinking the match. We should also use updates to celebrate strong pairs and share positive stories. Managing matches through friendship updates keeps accountability high. It strengthens the friendships because students reflect on their commitment. And it gives us real data for impact reporting, which is vital for showing the success of the program to schools, parents, and partners. In short, friendship updates aren't just paperwork, they are a tool to protect, support, and grow the relationships that are at the heart of Best Buddies. Next is to speak at or host a parent night. Parent nights are an essential part of building a successful chapter. They create trust with families, explain the program's goals, and ensure parents feel included and informed. These should be held early in the year, shortly after buddy matches are made. Keep the meeting short and focused, share expectations, answer questions, and invite parents to get involved, whether by helping with events or staying connected with updates. When parents feel part of the journey, they are more likely to support and encourage their students' participation. From there we move on to host inclusive events throughout the year. The heart of the program is keeping members engaged and connected, and events are one of the best ways to do this. Plan fun, inclusive activities like a match party, game night, bowling, sporting events, dance party, or karaoke. These moments bring members together, create memories, and strengthen friendships. Remember, events don't have to be big to be impactful. Consistency and inclusivity matter most. With parent support and regular inclusive events, your chapter will have the foundation it needs to thrive and grow throughout the year. A critical part of building strong chapters is making sure both staff and student leaders have access to training and leadership development opportunities. The Best Buddies Leadership Conference, BBLC, is held each July at Indiana University. It brings together leaders and advocates from all over the world to connect, learn, and inspire the future of the disability rights and inclusion movement. You can always learn more at bestbuddies.org/BBLC. Beyond BBLC, keep an eye out for ongoing opportunities like the Global Webinar Series and programs Power Hour Calls, which provide regular updates, best practices, and connection with other countries. Finally, don't forget about resources on Best Buddies University, BBU, and the Global Resource Hub. Both platforms have training videos, recruitment materials, and program resources that you and your volunteers can use anytime. By engaging in these trainings, your chapter leaders, and you as staff, will always have the tools and confidence to guide your program to success. Launching a new chapter isn't something that happens overnight. It requires planning, relationship building, and excitement well before the school year begins. We recommend starting in the spring of the prior year. This is the time to begin promotion, build excitement, and spread awareness about Best Buddies in the school community. Assemblies, classroom visits, or even small events can help make some noise. Next, it's essential to secure school commitment. That means engaging with administrators, gaining their support, and formalizing participation by signing the MO or chapter contract. Once commitment is in place, you can lay the groundwork. This includes confirming faculty advisors, increasing visibility through parent outreach and student engagement, and setting a clear timeline to keep momentum moving into the fall. Finally, you'll want to build the first leadership team. Support your faculty advisor in hand selecting the initial student leaders who will serve as your founding team. Provide training and mentorship so that by the time the new school year starts, they are ready to lead and model inclusion for their peers. Getting this foundation right in the spring sets the stage for a smoother launch in the fall and a stronger, more sustainable chapter in the years to come. Here you see an example of a school year timeline that reflects the U.S. academic year. This is meant to serve as a guide, not a fixed model. The goal is to give you a framework of when key activities typically happen, things like recruitment, leadership training, matches, and chapter events. Because academic calendars vary by country, you'll want to adjust this template to fit the realities of your schools. The key takeaway is to map out activities across the year so that students, parents, and teachers know what to expect and when. Having a clear timeline ensures consistency, keeps members engaged, and makes it easier to manage the program long-term. The next few slides show a sample calendar of activities spread across the year. This gives you an idea of how a chapter might structure its events to keep members engaged and on track. Remember, these are examples only. You'll need to adapt them based on your country's school calendar, holidays, and what works best locally. The first months of the year are a great time for kickoff events, leadership meetings, and making sure buddy pairs are well supported. Think of this as the foundation building stage, making sure students are connected, activities are happening, and everyone feels included. May through August. During this period, chapters often wrap up the school year, celebrate successes, and prepare for the year ahead. It's also a good time to hold end-of-year recognition events and start planning recruitment or leadership transitions for the next school year. In some countries, summer may mean fewer formal activities, but leaders can stay connected through informal gatherings, planning sessions, or leadership training. September through December. This is often the start of the new academic year, so it's a critical period for recruitment, onboarding, and chapter kickoff events. It's also when parent engagement and match parties can be especially important to set the tone for the year. Closing out the calendar year with fun, inclusive activities, like holiday events or service projects, helps build momentum and excitement for the months ahead. The important takeaway is that a successful chapter keeps a steady rhythm of events, matches, and touchpoints. Planning ahead makes the program easier to manage and ensures students stay engaged all year long. This timeline outlines what chapter leaders should be focusing on at different points in the year. It's a guide to help structure responsibilities and ensure chapters stay on track. Leadership Committee, May to June. Before the school year even begins, we start by securing the Leadership Committee. This means confirming student leaders and also finalizing which schools or organizations will participate. This step sets the stage for everything else. Pre-launch preparation, July-August. Over the summer, leaders focus on preparing for launch, finalizing who's responsible for what, organizing materials, and planning communications. This is the behind-the-scenes work that ensures the program starts smoothly. Program launch, September. September is when the program officially kicks off. Leaders review applications, hold interviews, run the local leadership training day, and organize the matching ceremony. Parent engagement also begins here with an early parent meeting. Member engagement, October to May. Once the program is running, the focus shifts to keeping members engaged. Leaders may collect monthly friendship updates and help organize activities and events that keep the friendships active. Leadership development, year-round. Leadership growth doesn't stop. Leaders meet monthly, receive mentorship, and practice leading events. Both students with and without IDD have the chance to build skills here. Reporting and evaluation, biannual. Finally, twice a year, leaders submit reports to Best Buddies International, reviewing their progress, challenges, and achievements. This helps chapters reflect on successes and stay aligned with the larger mission. This timeline shows how leadership responsibilities evolve throughout the year. Next, we will talk about the Best Buddies Adult Friendship Program. These are the essential steps to keep a program strong and sustainable. The Citizens Program is our adult friendship program, focused on creating one-to-one friendships between adults with and without IDD. Many people with IDD lose opportunities for social connection once they leave school. This program helps to fill that gap by providing meaningful, lasting friendships in community and workplace settings. It also builds a more inclusive and diverse community by connecting people across different backgrounds, industries, and civic groups. Now, let's watch a short video highlighting a buddy pair in the Citizens Program and see the impact these adult friendships can have. The video you just watched is a great example of how the Citizens Program creates meaningful adult friendships that truly enrich both lives and strengthen community inclusion. The matching process is at the heart of the Citizens Program. A strong, thoughtful match sets the tone for a successful friendship. That's why we emphasize collaboration, communication, and organization. Matches shouldn't be made by one person alone. Staff and leaders should come together to review potential buddy pairs, considering interests, schedules, and support needs. This ensures a more balanced, well-informed decision. Applications give us basic info, but interviews really bring out personalities and preferences. Combining both tools helps us make stronger matches. Once matches are set, regular updates through newsletters, texts, or WhatsApp groups are key to keeping everyone aligned. Activity planners should keep everyone informed so matches stay engaged. Staff should check in weekly to review progress, flag challenges, and share solutions. Finally, staying organized is critical. Use trackers to make sure every new intake is accounted for, every match is monitored, and no step gets missed. Next, let's look at our corporate citizens friendships thrive and last. The Best Buddies Corporate Citizens Program brings inclusion directly into the workplace by partnering with companies to form citizens chapters. These chapters connect company volunteers with adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities through one-to-one friendships, not mentorships or short-term volunteering, but genuine, mutual relationships. Each partnership begins with Best Buddies approving a company to host a chapter, ensuring there is alignment with our mission and values. The company then partners with a local community organization or service agency that supports adults with IDD, providing a strong community connection and appropriate support. This slide represents the full friendship cycle in Best Buddies, one-to-one, from how people enter the program to how friendships are sustained or thoughtfully transitioned. To help friendships develop naturally. Each phase is important. Friendships are supported through group and social activities, recognition, and transition all work together to increase awareness and lasting friendships. Ultimately, the cycle reminds us that friendships need structure and support in order to grow social opportunities for adults with IDD, and by helping companies foster a more inclusive, ongoing workplace culture. Group activities, inclusion is not an add-on, it becomes part of the company culture. Because this is a cycle, participants may move through it more than once, taking on new roles, forming new friendships, or staying connected in different ways. This slide gives you a snapshot of what it's like to manage Best Buddies friendship programs on a daily basis. Program managers usually start their day checking in, emails, messages, and updates from faculty advisors and student leaders. They also review new membership applications and buddy pair updates, and plan school visits or virtual check-ins. During the day, program managers are often out visiting schools or meeting with chapters virtually. They support faculty advisors and student leaders with matching questions, observe activities, and provide mini trainings or troubleshooting in real time. In the afternoon, they track buddy pair progress using friendship updates, log data on participation, and work on planning events, trainings, or parent nights. They also connect with their staff team for weekly check-ins. And of course, throughout the week, they're continuously communicating with parents, teachers, and schools, helping recruit and train new chapters, and celebrating successes by sharing photos and stories. As staff, you don't have to start from scratch. Best Buddies has key resource platforms to help you manage and grow your friendship programs. Best Buddies University is completely free and available to all staff and volunteers. You can also share the link with faculty advisors and chapter leaders so they have tools at their fingertips. This platform is the primary resource hub for the US and includes templates, guides, and training modules that can be adapted locally. The Global Resource Hub is designed specifically for international staff. Every country staff member can access it with their country email login. This is where you'll find internationally relevant resources, and where the International Programs and Development (IPD) team uploads new or country-specific tools. Each country director already has the login information and can share it with their team. Together, Best Buddies University and the Global Resource Hub make sure you have the resources you need, whether you're supporting a brand new chapter or strengthening an established one. Thank you all so much for your time and engagement today. The work you do as Best Buddies staff makes a real difference, not just in creating friendships, but in building inclusive communities worldwide. As your next step, I encourage you to log into the Global Resource Hub and Best Buddies University, BBU. These platforms are full of resources to help you launch and strengthen your programs. We're here to support you every step of the way, so please don't hesitate to reach out with questions or ideas. Together, we are creating a global movement of friendship and inclusion.